We'll start with the today's session, Z transform properties. The objective of today's session is to study and derive Z transform properties. So we'll start with the first property, that is the linearity property. Let x1n is the first sequence. Its Z transform is represented by x1z with ROC is equals to R1. x2n is another sequence with its Z transform x2z and related ROC R2. And this linearity property says that if you combine the two sequences, that is combination input, you can say x1n plus x2n, then its Z transform is nothing but the addition of their individual transforms. So we'll see the property. So property says that now these are the individual transform x1z and x2z because of x1n and x2n. Let another input, that is the combination input represented by x3n, that is equals to a1 x1n plus a2 x2n. Its Z transform is equals to a1 x1z plus a2 x2z. So this is the linearity property. So combination input is equals to, if you take the Z transform of this combination input, the Z transform is equal to the addition of their individual transforms. So we'll prove this property. As we know, xz is equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n z raised to minus n. So let it be equation number 1. Now we'll find out Z transform because of x3n, that is the combination input, that is equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x3n into z raised to minus n, that is equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity a1 x1n plus a2 x2n, put the value of x3n into z raised to minus n. So this is multiplied by z raised to minus 1. So we can separate it as follows. So a1 and a2 are constants. So a1 is constant. So I can take and write like this. a1 into summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity. So x1n into z raised to minus n plus again a2 I will take outside and write summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x2n z raised to minus n. So if you look into this transform, this is the Z transform of x1n and this is the Z transform of x2n. So that is represented as x1z and this is represented as x2z. Okay. So Z transform of this combination input is equals to, so you can write a1 x1n plus a2 x2n, its Z transform is equals to a1 x1z plus a2 x2z. So this is proved. Now the ROC because of x1n, that is x1z, that is R1, and because of x2z, that is R2. So net ROC, region of conversion, is R1 in intersection with R2. So this is the ROC of this because of this linearity property. Okay. The next property that we'll see is the time shifting property. The second property is the time shifting. So property number 2. Time shifting property. That means if you shift the signal in time domain, then what is its effect in the frequency domain? So properties are nothing but these are the relationship between the time domain and frequency domain sequences. Now xn is the sequence, its Z transform is xz, and if you shift this signal or sequence in the time domain by k samples, so its Z transform is given by z raised to minus k into xz. So this is the time shifting property, that is x of n minus k. If you take its Z transform, that is equals to z raised to minus k into xz. So we'll prove this property. So write the equation of xz. Xz is equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into z raised to minus n. Let it be equation number 1. Now we'll find out Z transform of x of n minus k, that is equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n minus k into z raised to minus n. Now let n minus k, that is equals to m, and hence n is equals to k plus m. When n tends to minus infinity, m tends to minus infinity. When n tends to infinity, m tends to infinity. So no change in the summation. So summation m is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n minus k, that is replaced by m into z. So minus of n is equals to what? K plus m, k plus m, that is equals to summation m is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of m z raised to minus m into z raised to minus k. So you can take z raised to minus k. So this is the summation related to m. So z raised to minus k is constant. So z raised to minus k into summation m is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of m into z raised to minus m. So this is nothing but xz. So we can write Z transform of x of n minus k is equals to z raised to minus k into xz. So this is the property known as time shifting property. That means if you shift the sequence by k samples in the time domain, so in the frequency domain, the Z transform is going to be multiplied by z raised to minus k. So very interesting example I want to give you. That means in this property, suppose if you put k is equals to minus 1, so it will be represented by z raised to minus 1 and x set. Okay, that means if k is equals to 1, z raised to k, you can minus k will be equals to z raised to minus 1. So we'll represent like this. So z raised to minus 1 is representing the unit delay. So this is the symbol, or it indicates the unit delay. So if you want to delay the input or output, you can use this unit delay element. For example, if xn is the input, if you want to delay this input, so simply use this unit delay element, that is z raised to minus 1. At the output, you will get x of n minus 1. So this is called as unit delay block. Unit delay block. So we'll stop here. Thank you.